Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back and out and did it again one more time. Hopefully you guys are doing great. Today is, I believe, Sunday. Okay, so we are ready to go early in the daytime. Okay, let's just get it, man. All right. We doing CodingPhase live. You know how this goes, right? Cheer. Shout out to everybody in here, man. Right? Shout out to the people that's popping up. Shout out to Donovan. Shout out to your boy Cam. Somebody said, "Yo, already there's a damn downvote." Bro, people subscribe. They just like, yo, they just love to downvote. They're like, yo, I'm just gonna downvote just because. I haven't seen anything yet. I'm giving it the downvote. They don't understand that that's still engagement and that still helps me out. Shout out to everybody, man. But yeah, guys. So in this live stream, we're gonna talk about a lot of different things, man. Okay, the video just started. Just off the chit. That shit just irksome. You know what I mean? That shit just get him mad. Guys, we having fun with it, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna start with this, man. I'm gonna look at some comments that I have on my YouTube channel, and we're gonna talk about it. Okay. Maybe one of the downvotes is because of the title where it says Indian mistakes. So maybe there's a couple of Indian developers in here that like, damn, he's gonna bash us. I'm not gonna bash you guys. You know what I'm saying? I love my Indian subscribers. But I do want to talk about this, right? So this is a comment that I received in here. Let me see if I could pull this up. Hold on. See if I could put this on the screen for you guys. Okay. Shout out to BG Barate. Okay. He says, right, I dropped a video recently. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's legit. Okay. Where I talk about, everything that has to do with web developer salaries. Okay. So we talked about that in the video. Okay. So that was cool. All right. But, basically people were like, from what he said, he's like, man, in India, companies are making a lot of money and giving pennies to the developers. Whatever he gave, the figure just remove 1 to 2 zeros. That is crazy. New York's 1 month salary equals to a year salary in India. And he's 100% right. Okay. He's 100% correct in this. Okay. A lot of Indian developers are getting taken advantage, and it's usually by their own people. Okay, so why am I talking about this today? And the main reason is because I want you guys to be aware of this. Okay, you have to be aware of the fact that the things that you are working, right, the skills that you have, right, they generate a lot of income for companies. Okay. And I've seen this firsthand, right? I've seen it done to a lot of Indian developers that work remotely, and a lot of Indian developers that are working, even here in the US with a H-1B visa, right? Companies do take advantage. Now, if you don't want to get taken advantage, my advice is you got to start making your own income, bro, right? Now, it's easier said than done. But you have to start somewhere, okay? Right? This is why I'm bringing this up, because you are right. In India, maybe a developer is getting paid maybe $2,500 a month, maybe, right? That's $2,500 a month, maybe, and that's a good job over there, okay? Now, what happens is that there's another Indian dude that he don't even code, he don't even do anything. But you know what? He's charging companies a premium and paying you guys almost nothing. Okay? And you guys have seen that, right? You have seen that. I saw the other day a website where they were like, we have It was something like this. We have a team of over 50 developers ready at your disposal. Whenever you're ready to start working on a project or start working on this and that, right? We are ready to go, right? And then all of the guys that are like management, right? All of the guys that are in management, the guys that are like the CEO. So this is a development company in India, right? All of the guys that are in management or upper level management, whatever, right? They all look like they got money. You know what I'm saying? Because you could tell who got money, who don't got money, right? Dudes walking around with the nice suits, right? One guy sitting in front of the office building with the freaking Mercedes Benz, brand new, right? 2020, out there with the S-Class. You know he's getting money. But then you look at the developers that's in the team, they look crazy. They have like little screens, right? They got the 1998 screens, right? They don't even buy them good screens. They don't even buy them good computers to start working in that company, right? So at the same time, dudes is looking like they just came from the village. You get what I'm saying? Now, to me, this is where I'll be like, damn, this is not right? Because the guys that's on top, they're making all of the bank. All of the guys that are at the bottom, they're not making anything. They're making pennies, right? And this is why it's so important for guys and like you guys that are watching me, right? Because when I come in here to give you guys the truth, right? Look, you have to start making your own income. You got to think outside of the box. Now, I'm not saying, hey, man, don't work for any of these sweatshops, which is what we're going to call them. We're going to call them sweatshops, right? But, you know, because you got to pay your bills, right? But you have to have a plan. You can't come into this game without knowing what you want, right? If you are an Indian developer, a Pakistani developer, a Nigerian developer, a Colombian developer, right? This shit happens all over the world, right? Where the guys on the top, they making bank, but they giving you crumbs. You have to be smart. You have a skill that you can generate income for yourself. You have a skill that you can create things that are able to sell online, right? Just like anything else that's out there. You have skills to create your own products. Okay? Stop thinking like this shit, that like you're doing this as, you know, you're doing this for the love, right? Stop thinking like that. Stop thinking that you're doing this for the love. You're like, well, I love Java. I love Angular. I love Vue.js. I love React. You love it, but that love got to pay you back. You got to get some bread too. Because this is the problem. As developers, we actually are very passionate about our, you know, communities, our industry, and, you know, what we do. We love it, right? We all love to code. But the thing is that there's a point where you got to separate that. You got to start thinking like a businessman. The guy that hired you and is paying you $2,500, right? Or even less than that a month, he's making bank. He's not going into work and be like, damn, I do this for the love. So when a client comes to him, he's like, man, we do it for the love, man. You know, give us a little something. Nah. They are thinking like, hey, how can we make income out of this? How can we charge more for the client? How can we keep more profit? So you, as the developer, you need to start thinking like this, man. Right? Like, yes, you know, I see a lot of people that's coming in here that is from all over the world. You know, people leave comments like, man, Joe, you should let people know, like, man, you know, that's in the United States. You guys make that. We don't make that out here in Nigeria. We don't make that in Pakistan. We don't make that in Egypt. We don't make that in freaking, I don't know, South Africa, wherever it is, right? We don't make that. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. You guys can also make as much money or more than a guy that's here in the United States. Because this is the beauty about becoming a developer. You're not limited to what you make on your job. You get what I'm saying? I just talked about this the other day. We did a live stream, and I was talking about this on Twitter, right? From Twitter, I forgot their name, Nandeep. I'm gonna tell you right now their name so you guys could check them out. Again, you know, I'm gonna bring them back. So you got Pritam Nath, right? Pritam Nath and Sanka P. Jonah, right? Sanka P. Jonah, right? They said, you know what, man? We're going to be grateful if we make $1,500 a month, right? They're creating an application, they put it on Shopify, and they say, we're going to be grateful if we make $1,500 a month. They hit that mark, $1,500. But then from there, they continue to grow. Now they're making $20,000, $25,000, $50,000 a month, right? That's where they're going to. Right now, they're making like $20,000 a month. But at some point, they're going to hit that $50,000 a month income that's coming in. But how does this work? You get what I'm saying? Like, how does this work? You're probably asking yourself. And it's by having an idea, putting it into practice, putting in that extra work, right? And having a goal, having a dream. The moment you go into the sweatshops that they be having in India, right? And you give up on your dreams and you give up on what you're going to achieve in your life, you already failed. Right? When you see all of these things that's happening here in the U.S., you, as somebody that lives outside of the U.S., you got to see it as an opportunity for you. Right? You can't even come into the game thinking like, well, I just want to get a job. You're an Indian developer, my dude. You know what I'm saying? What's your options in India? They're going to give you a piece of gum and a paper clip. They're not going to give you no money. You're not going to make no money out there. You know how they play the game. The guys that own the companies, they keep everything. So what do you have to do? You have to be the smart one. You got to be like Pritam. You got to be like SoundCloud, right? You got to be like these guys, right? They come into the game with a goal, right? How I grew my Shopify micro, software as a service to $25,000 a month, right? With 20,000 users in 14 months. Some of you guys might say, "Damn, Joe, 14 months? 14 months go like this, that quickly." And once you're making that income, that is rare that drops. You're always gonna hover on that same area. You know what I'm saying? A guy that's in India with $25,000 a month lives like a boss. You guys know it. I don't got to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to tell you how you going to live out there with $25,000 a month, right? But that's not going to come to you by working for somebody. Now, I'm not telling you not to work for anybody, because you have to make some type of income while you still, learning and still building your ideas and building your things. But you have to really think about this and say, am I just going to go into work every day and that's it? And hopefully one day the guy says, "Hey, Pardeep," or "Hey, Amit," "Hey, freaking Ryan," "Hey," I don't know no Indian names. Sorry, guys. You know what I mean? Lil Pradeep. You know what I mean? Lil Pradeep comes into work every day. We're going to give him, a crazy promotion and put him as the boss of all the other Indian developers. Do you think that's going to happen? Rarely. What's going to happen is they're going to bring in one of their cousins, right? And says, "Hey, you know what, guys? We got this guy from over here. He's a great, great developer. The guy just graduated from college and whatever, but now he's the boss of everybody." There's guys in there with like 10 years, 20 years of experience as developers working grunt work. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you don't want that to happen to you, right? If you don't want that to happen to you, you got to think outside the box, my dude, right? This is the thing. Some people might say, "Joe, but you have it good. You guys have it good in the United States." Let's be honest. Even guys that's here that you think they have all of these opportunities, they don't even take it. They don't even take it. Do you think that most developers are like me out here? No, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not like me. Most developers, they go in at 9 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock they clock out. Fridays and Saturdays they hang out with their friends and stuff like that. They're not trying to make moves. I'm like one of the only people that's here talking about this type of shit. Why do you think that? I'm a glitch in the matrix. Why do you think I'm the only one that's here on YouTube that talks about making your own income, that actually has done it himself. Why is that? Most people are not like that. Even though they have all of these opportunities and possibilities here in the United States, they don't take advantage of that. Now, you that live in a upper development country, I don't want to say third world country, you know what I'm saying? But let's be honest, this is third world countries, right? I'm originally from a third world country. I'm from Dominican Republic. Go look that shit up. For $1, you get 50 pesos. I'm from a developed country, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even developed, it's upper trying to get there, right? Third world country, right? So when I came to this country, I came with that mentality. Now, do you think that just because I came to this country, I was going to be able to accomplish all of the things that I'm doing right now and the things that I've done? I would have done that. Doesn't matter where. It could have been in Nigeria. It could have been under a tree in Zimbabwe. It could have been in freaking, in the sandy sands of Saudi Arabia. You could put me wherever the hell you're going to put me at, and I'm going to make it happen. You know why? Because I'm a hustler, right? I grind. I know that if you put in the work and you have a goal and you actually put it into practice, right? Shit's gonna happen for you, right? That's all I'm saying for you guys, man. If you right now, you one of my students or one of my subscribers that's out there, somewhere in the world, in a country where there's no opportunities for you to get a job, don't come into the game thinking, I'm gonna get a job. What's your job gonna look like? Right? What's your job gonna pay you in India right now? You're an Indian developer. What do you think your job is going to pay you in India? You are a Dominican developer. What do you think you're going to make in Dominican Republic? You know what I'm saying? Here in the US, at least, the developers here could get a decent amount of money by just working. You guys don't have an options. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in like a major city in Europe, and even at that, I see guys in the UK getting pennies. 25,000 for a senior level developer on PHP. Freaking 45,000 of pounds. Like, that's not a lot of money, bro. That's not a lot of money for you to survive in this world. So if you come into if you come into this game with the mentality of like, I'm just gonna work and somehow I'm gonna succeed, it's not gonna happen for you. It's not gonna happen for you at all. So you have to come into this game with a plan of trying to get in the game and try to make some income for yourself. You get what I'm saying? So that's the advice that I'm going to give you guys, right? Like, that's just how it is. Stop thinking that you're going to come into this game and just like, oh, I'm going to work for somebody. And I'm going to make enough money to be able to be good in life or whatever your goal might be. You got to think outside the box. You got to create opportunities for yourself. There's guys out here, like I see this all the time, right? I see guys that, I'm keeping the example of Indian developers because Indian developers are the majority of developers that are outside of the United States. Let's just say that, okay? But there's a whole bunch of Indian developers and junior developers that come into the game and they're like, man, I want to learn Node.js. I want to learn Merge Stack. I want to learn this, and that. There's no jobs for you for the Merge Stack in India, right? It's very rare that you're going to find opportunities where you can make income on your own with the Merge Stack. So why are you learning in it? You know what I'm saying? Why are you focusing on things that you got to look at your environment? You got to look at where you at in life and what's your position, right? Focus on the thing that's going to make you income, my dude. Don't be stupid, right? The guys that's making money, they don't come into the game thinking, well, I'm going to learn the trendiest thing. And I want to, hey, you know what? I want to focus on Vue.js and this is, bro, there's no money for you on that. Where you live at, there's no opportunities for that. So what can you do? You got to start thinking outside of the box. Start looking at other opportunities where you can make income, right? How you can make income for yourself? Shopify applications, right? That's the major one right now. You're going to start seeing it. A lot of the Americans that's here that you say, damn, they got so many opportunities. They're not even taking it. Shopify development is going to become what WordPress became, right? Something that was dominated by the Indians. They took over that shit. If you look on themeforest.net, right, you go in there and you look at all of the themes companies that's out there, the majority of them are owned by Indian developers. Something that the main market of clients and people that need those themes is here in the US. But why don't, US developers do it? Even though there's more opportunities for them and more ways for them to make income. Everybody wants to talk about the trendy shit. Everybody wants to get into the trendy stuff, right? That's why. They're not going to take those opportunities, right? If I'm an Indian developer, I live in Dominican Republic. I'm not trying to be doing Dino.js. I'm not trying to do any of this random things that keep popping up. You know what I'm saying? I'm focusing on the things that's going to make me income from the country that I'm in. Because if I'm in India, I make $20,000, $25,000 a month. They got to bring me the golden hookah. You know what I'm saying? The shorty's got to come in with the little dance. Cling, 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 doing dembo. You know what I mean? Bring me 2 shorties, with the fatties, and bring me 2 hookahs. The golden one. When you come down the block, they'll be like, there goes Pradeep. You know what I mean? Pradeep the doctor. Pradeep is not a doctor. Pradeep is just a dude that knows how to hustle online. He knows where there's opportunities, and now he makes bread. Pradeep fills and freaking feeds the whole freaking village. Pradeep is the guy that comes in now and be like, hey man, Pradeep, could you be my son's godfather? Pradeep comes through with the golden hookah, like, yo, what up? We here. Now you're the number 1 bachelor in the country. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? like now you're the number 1 bachelor. We was just watching this show from Indian. It was an Indian marriage, arranged marriages. Nobody in India is trying to get nobody that's broke. That's the first thing, right? Dudes coming in and be like, yo, well, I like this girl. You broke. You're not going nowhere, my dude. Her parents got money. Her dad is a doctor. This, and that. You ain't got no bread. You're not getting that, bro. You know how it is in India. You get what I'm saying? Shit is arranged. You got to come in with a bag. You can't show up and be like, yo, I'm going to get this shorty that looks good and this, and that. She's going to, Stanford University for the next 4 years and I'm going to marry that. That's not going to happen for you, Pradeep. You know what I'm saying? Unless you come in with a bag. Where you come in and be like, okay, Pradeep got a, multi-family homes, got freaking, a fucking villa, got all of these things. Like, you know how it is. Like, I don't need to spell it out for you guys. Like, that's just how it is. That's real life, right? So what I'm saying with this, I mix, comedy and things like that with this, but you have to come into the game and look at your situation and say, okay, cool. There's no high paying jobs in my area. There's no high paying jobs in my country. How can I make this happen for me? I want that Mercedes-Benz. I want that Lamborghini. I want that, being able to travel wherever the hell you want. Some people, they'll be like, man, I would love to get a H-1B visa and be able to travel to the United States. You don't even need a H-1B visa when you got money. You know that. You got $100,000, $200,000 cash in your bank account. You go to the American freaking embassy, say, hey, man, I'm trying to get a visa. They're going to say, yeah, go ahead, kiddo. Go for vacation. Now, if you show up there, to the embassy, is like, hey, man, I got a laptop and I got a goat. Like, you're not showing, they're not giving you a visa to the U.S., kiddo. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look around. Like, some of us, we don't have those opportunities where, people's going to come in and help us out. Help yourself out. Start building things that make income for yourself, no matter where you at in the world. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to just give you guys reality checks, right? You want to come into the game, but you want to come into the game with a plan. What's your goal? What is that? That I want out of this? You know what I mean? I'm tired of having a laptop and a Go, and I gotta steal the Wi-Fi from the other guy next door. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I want to live. I want to be able to be good. You know? Who wants to be struggling out here? Let the people that is lazy, let the people that's freaking don't want to work hard, let them be, be broken and do what they got to do. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? We was just talking about this yesterday with a situation in the Discord chat room. It was like I was telling my boy Ramsey, sometimes we can try to help people out, but we can't hold people's hands. We can't focus on trying to, wake people up. It's like, bro, you see what's happening out here. You see what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, people ask me, Joe, where you been at? I've been busy, bro. I'm finishing up the freaking Shopify app development course, which is done. Go check it out now if you want to. At the same time, I'm building my own Shopify apps. That's the wave. I'm creating themes too. I already set up my company here in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Already setting up my agency. Already got a designer designing the designs for the themes. Now it's just up to me to just build them. Start selling them shits. I'm going to open up a new YouTube channel. I'm going to show you guys how this shit is done. Right? Independently. And I'm going to give you guys the exact income that I'm making from it. Just to show you guys. And I started the other day. I could say, hey, man, I started the other day. Right? I know about Shopify for years. I've been using Ruby on Rails for years. Right? I know how Shopify works. I know the whole ecosystem. Right? But I haven't really taken it. Hold on. Give me a second. What happened? That what? Who the hell's knocking the door? Hold on. What's this for? For insurance? Yeah, your water damage claim? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. 1 o'clock. All right, give me a second. Let me open the door for you. Okay, not a problem. But yeah, guys, so like I said, man, you got to start grinding. Look, man, I'm going to come back in a little bit. Y'all give me a couple of minutes staying here, stay in the chat, all right? See you guys in a second. Alright, y'all. My fault, guys. Just. Now I need a charger for that. Oh my god. Ethan, come on, get out of here. No, I'm working. Come on. I'm working with my people, trying to get them to get this shit together. Go. Go to the other room. Go. He's recording everything and taking pictures. You gotta do everything. All right, guys. My fault, man. So for those of you guys that don't know, is basically my house got flooded. Well, not my whole house, but part of my house got flooded. So then the insurance guy just came in to take the pictures and do all the stuff. So I had to go in and tell him the whole situation. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. So what I'm saying with this, guys, hopefully you guys got this message. I'm probably gonna start a new live stream because I hate when people get me out my zone, man. You know, but hopefully you guys that got in here and y'all got to see the first 25 minutes of the live stream. Okay. But like I said, man, it's all about thinking outside of the box, man. There's just too many opportunities out here for you guys to make your own income and be able to take care of your families. You don't want to be that guy that's like all he has is his job, because you have to always remember the guys that only work for somebody, they never get nowhere. That's just the truth, right? Like if you are coming from the bottom and you're trying to grow some type of wealth for your own families, you're not going to be able to do that by just having a 9-to-5 job. The guys that own the companies that you work for, they didn't have just a 9-to-5 job. They went out of their way to create the companies and probably work full-time at a company or, you know, work on their own. And then also to decide things to make sure that they have their companies running. Like everybody that you know that's successful, they don't get there by just having one income. You know what I'm saying? So you can't miss out opportunities like this. You can't miss out things like Shopify apps, WordPress applications, or WordPress plugins, things like, you know, themes. You know, there's a lot of stuff popping up. There's even things like popping up on Big Commerce. I think Big E-commerce or something like that. Big Commerce, that's another company. There's so many different places. I'm going to create a list for you guys. All of the different places that you can make extra income as a developer. And you might be thinking that, oh, I got to create one that's super popular, super famous. And in reality, no, you don't need to, right? What you need to do is get your hands on all of these different platforms. Create things for all of these different platforms, even if it's small applications. Even if you go and you make 500 here, 1,000 there, 2,000 here, 600 there, 700 over here, right? You will have a better income than anybody else that works at a full-time job. I guarantee that. No matter where you live in the United States or outside of the United States, okay? If I go in and I show you guys all of my income streams that come into my bank account, I have a lot, bro. I have 12 niche websites, okay? That's all Google AdSense. Then from there, I have affiliate links inside of those niche websites. Then from there, I have Amazon links. Then from there, I have freaking hosting links or affiliate links from hosting websites. I have freaking, what else? I have YouTube. I have payments from YouTube ads. I have, what else? What else can we put in? We got CodingPhase.com, right? That's another income stream. I have, what else? We got the Shopify apps, which are getting in there right now. Now it's about getting them to promote it. Now, I'm not looking at Shopify apps and say, man, I want to become a millionaire of Shopify apps. Nah, if I'm able to make 10 applications for the whole year and I put them out there and each one of them is making, you know, $1,000 each, that's $10,000 a month for me. You know what I'm saying? That's including all of the other extra incomes. You get what I'm saying? Before I even have Dev Outlet, which was basically a drop shipping store where we would sell t-shirts, we would sell things for like laptops, chargers, etc. Right? We had all of those things in there. I don't have the time to run that business, so I sold it. But what I'm telling you with this is, by having all of this different income, and it doesn't have to be something big. Like, you don't need to get $1 million in one business. If you go and create multiple apps, multiple themes, applications, right, and opportunities for yourself, right, then from there, all of that stacks up, right? Like right now, I'm not even gonna bullshit you. Like the lowest month that we have is $30,000 a month. That's how much I'm getting from all of my different income. There's been months that we've gotten up to 100,000 plus in one month, and there's months that we only gotten 30, right? This is how this year's looking like for me. Okay. Now, this doesn't happen from one day to another. It's a process, but you got to start somewhere so you could get the benefits and reap the freaking fruits out of this freaking tree, right? Imagine you putting a little plant, right? If you don't water it and you don't start, putting the seed and putting the ground and all that shit, right? How can you expect 5 years from now for you to get any benefits or any fruits out of this whole shit? You're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been telling you guys to start today. Start now. Like, this is not something that is difficult, right? You don't have to be an expert. I don't even consider myself an expert on anything. I'm just a guy that knows how to code and knows how to build things that I come up to my mind. I could build it. That's it. Somebody gives me a job or a freaking deal. Hey man, can you build me this? I could build it for them. That's it. I'm not the guy building libraries. I'm not the guy going to conferences. I'm not that guy. That's not what I care about. What I care about is how can we make income from this and how can we build projects. That's it. You get what I'm saying? So every single one of you guys can do this, but you have to start somewhere. You know what I mean? You have to start somewhere. I'm trying to teach you guys all of the skills that you need to get a job, right? But that's the initial place. That's where you start at, right? You get a job. That job basically funds you. You know how some people be like, man, I got a great idea, right? I got a great idea and I would love for somebody to fund me, and I would love to get a VC to fund me. You don't need somebody to fund you, right? A VC to fund you. Go to work. Right? Use the income that they're giving you to survive and be able to pay all your bills, pay your rent, pay all the things like that. And then from there, what you want to do after that is, at the same time while you're working, when you get home, you come up with ideas. You write them down. You start working on them, right? You don't work on something else until you finish the idea. Okay? You have an idea for an application, finish the application. It takes you a whole month, only work on the application for the whole month. It takes you 6 months, only work on the application for 6 months. You get what I'm saying? You got a niche site that you want to create that niche site. Now, you have to understand that all of this is going to pay off, not instantly, not now, right? Let me see if I could finish charging my mouse so I could show you guys this. Let's see if this thing, because my mouse died. I always forget to put it to charge. But once again, this doesn't happen just to me. This happens to everybody that thinks like me. Okay? Look at this, right? You start at zero. Okay? You start at zero. You continue from there. Okay? Maybe you make $10, $20. Then it starts going up. Right? Doesn't matter what idea it is that you are into. If you are consistent and you apply whatever it is that you're trying to create and put marketing behind it, and you put in the blood, sweat, and tears into it, it's gonna pay off. You get what I'm saying? So there's so many opportunities out here that it's just crazy. Like, I look at guys like Levels.io, you know what I mean? Like, I always bring this guy up because he's the reason that I'm doing everything that I'm doing, right? I started reading his blog because he did a thing where he was like, yo, I'm going to create 12 startups. He's like, yo, I'm going to create 12 startups in 12 months. Okay. And it's just basically small ideas. Okay. Now he has, digital nomads, right? He got Nomad List. He got Remote Jobs or RemoteOK.io, right? Which is one of the most popular remote websites out there, remote job websites out there. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, you guys should go here and read his blogs. Like, he don't do videos. He don't be like here like what I do, right? But this guy writes it, right? This guy, everything that I'm telling you guys, this guy writes it pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, this is him. Show you guys just right here. This 1 million annual run rate. Okay? He's killing the game right now, bro. Killing the game. You get what I'm saying? And this is just from an idea that he had of like, hey, I like to travel, right? So how about I create a website that I can actually let people know like what are the best cities. Like, this isn't nothing crazy. If you go to nomadlist.io, right? Give it just a second, let it load. If you go to this website, it's actually faster than this, but my computer, I think, is acting up because I'm recording and I'm doing live stream at the same time. But what I'm saying with this is, look at this, man. This is nothing crazy. This isn't like a, like the most advanced website, but at the end of the day, it gets the job done, right? Like, he's not even using any frameworks. If you look into here, he's using jQuery, bro. You know how some people would be like, man, you got to use React. You got to use this, and that. Bro, he's using freaking jQuery, my dude. You get what I'm saying? And right now, he's gotten to a point where it's like, yo, he already got to $1 million a year, bro. You know, and he has multiple incomes, man. $83,000 a month revenue. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of money, bro. Now, he's not going to get there by working for somebody forever. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to get there by saying, well, I work for people, you know, and someday they're going to give me a management deal, right? They're going to tell me, hey, Joe, you're a great developer. We would love you to manage the team. Here's $1 million a year. That rarely happens, bro. Like, that rarely happens. And we can say almost never happens. That's how rare it is. You got more chances to win the lotto than from you becoming, upper management at a company making $1 million as a developer. Right? Because it's different. It's different mindsets. You get what I'm saying? It's different mindsets of how people think. The developers think, I need to learn how to code. I want to become a developer. I love to code. I love to build websites, applications, I love to see how I could optimize this. There's a difference of how that guy thinks and how the business owner thinks, right? The guy that owns the company doesn't go in there and think like, how can we optimize this to the max? It's like, nah, does this shit sell? Cool. How can we scale this and start selling even more, right? Well, we need to do this shit. We're using jQuery. Let's update to React. The owner of the company is like, do we need it? Is it going to be beneficial for us? No, but it's the latest thing. That's the developer talking. The business owner, the guy that's already making bread, he's like, nah, bro, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? Because you're going to bring in bugs. You're going to bring in a whole bunch of shit. You get what I'm saying? So that's the different type of mentality. You get what I'm saying? And guys like this, like, Levels.io, what I love about Peter Levels, right, is the fact that the way how he works, he could care less what's popping in the world of development. He could care less, right? And that's something that I learned from him, right? Because it's like, I'm not trying to be the next Dan Abramov. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be the next Dan Abramov. I could care less. I don't want to create a library. I don't want to do none of that shit. I don't want to be popular in GitHub, getting GitHub stars. I want to be like Levels.io. That's who I wanted to become. Like, now I'm there, right? I have different route how I've done it than how he's done it, but I'm there. I'm head to head with him. I mean, I don't make $1 million a year, but we head to head, $500,000, that's good. For somebody that's self-made from the bottom, that's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a couple of more years. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like when I look at guys like him, I'm like, man, this is the guys that we need to be looking at. Guys that just talking about just coding and programming. Hey guys, that's cool. But this is the guys that we really need to be focusing on, because this is the guys that are making waves. This is the guys that, you know, they live the lifestyle that people wish they had. They live the lifestyle that developers wish they had. Right now, you might be at home and you say, man, I wish I was a developer. But you have to understand, this guy is what developers want to be. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I noticed, because I've seen it, is I'm not trying to compare myself to him, but I'm pretty much at almost very close to his level now. Right? My lifestyle is what people want to have. I work from home. I make my income at home. I could live in India. I could live in Pakistan. I could live in Dominican Republic. I'm still going to make the same amount of money that I make from anywhere in the world. And it wasn't just by me saying, I'm going to go work for a company. I went to work for a company for them to fund me, right, and support me while I was transitioning from working for them to me building my own companies, because it takes time, right? It takes time. You create an idea, you create, like right now you could have a niche website. That niche website might not make you $1,000 to maybe a year. You might start making $1,000 a month a year later. So how are you going to survive? You need to survive. You need to be able to pay your bills and do all the things that you need to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to pay the bills. So what do? You work for somebody while your other ideas and your other websites and applications are still building up. It's like right now, it's like I'm in a position where now I can go in and say, you know what? I'm going to work full time on applications for Shopify, right? Now, if I was working for somebody else, what I would do is I will work for that company and on my part-time build the Shopify applications. Yeah, it might take you longer. You know, maybe if you worked on it full-time, it could take you a month. But because you're working on it part-time, it might take you 2-3 months to finish an application. But that's fine, because once it's complete, all you need is time for it to build up. You get what I'm saying? For you to promote it, to get it out there, for people to talk about it. It's the same thing for CodingPhase.com. I always bring this example of CodingPhase.com because I think CodingPhase.com is the best example, because you guys have seen me build it from nothing, right? We came up with an idea. We say, cool, we was going to build this like a social network. Then from there, we scrapped the idea and say, okay, people want me to teach them one-on-one. I'm not going to be able to teach everybody one-on-one. Let's create a freaking website where we have a subscription for courses, right? It took 2 years for me to make a decent amount of money from CodingPhase.com, right? Now, just like anything else, like I've been telling you, niche website, applications, themes, anything that you get into is going to take time for that to build up. So what did I do, right? Luckily, I had already savings from my previous jobs and all the things that I was doing, and I had other incomes that were coming in. So I was able to quit my job and focus fully in CodingPhase.com. You might ask yourself, Joe, there's a lot of people doing courses, this is that, but they don't have 60, 70 courses. They don't have 60, 70 courses. You get what I'm saying? Because they didn't get to, be planning for this years ago, right? They just getting in the game. There's people that right now, as we speak, they're like, yo, we see it's working for Joe. I'm going to start a subscription website, right? Everybody wants to do a subscription website now, right? But the problem is that they don't have the money to maintain them, to work full time and create all the courses that I've created. By the time they got 20 courses, I already have 120. Right now we got 70. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for them to catch up. But all of this was possible because I understand it takes time. Everything takes time. So again, if you're coming into the game and you want to become a developer, start making income for yourself. Do other things that's going to generate income. You might not see the income right away, but I guarantee you, give it a year. Give it a year. You're going to start seeing, oh, shoot, now this thing is making $1,000, $2,000. You replicate the same idea and do it multiple times. Now you have $3,000, $4,000. By the time you're 10 years in as a developer, you're making $100,000 a month. That's just how it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, should you start with Shopify? Somebody asked that question. Hey, if you're already a developer, you're basically got the skills as a Shopify developer. What you need is the other things, like how to do it, right? And things like that. And that's what we have at CodingPhase.com. You could go ahead on the links below. Go check that out. You get a 50% off on everything. Take advantage. Okay, take advantage in there. But again, you could learn it from whoever the hell you want. I don't care. You know, like I'm not here putting, a freaking a gun over people's heads. It's like, hey man, you gotta freaking learn to code with me. Nah, go learn whatever the hell you want to learn. But just make sure that you're here with the right mindset of like, I'm here to get this bag. I'm not here to be doing this shit for the love and just like, I just want to learn how to code and that's it. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You got to come in here with a plan, man. Let me see. Mind Over Matter says, true. A lot of people need something to bridge them to the harvest. Yep. That's why it's so important for you to get a job initially, not because it's like the best thing, but it's because one, you're going to get experience. Two, you're going to learn how big applications get created. You're going to learn how to work on a team. You're going to learn the right things to do and the wrong things to do. So then now with that knowledge, you have experience to be able to build your own companies, your own ideas. And once you do that, sky's the limit. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just want you guys to win. So do what you got to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, because I look at this guys, this was my motivation. This is still my motivation. I love this guy, man. Like, this is the people that I look up to. You know how some people be like, I'm looking up to this guy on Twitter. This guy has 50,000 likes and then he's a great, developer and he does freaking conferences. And this, I could care less about that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, I care about the bosses. I ain't trying to talk. I ain't looking up to the workers. I'm not. That's just how it is. I'm not looking up to the workers. The workers work for me. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how you should look at it too. Everybody has to start somewhere, but that doesn't mean that that's where you need to end up at. And then because you live in a third world country, wherever the hell you live, that don't mean that that's the only opportunities that you're gonna have. We live in a global economy right now. You get what I'm saying? We live in a global economy right now. You create something in India, you create something in Pakistan right now, that application, whatever it is, it could serve everybody in the whole world. Don't matter even if you know English. There's guys that don't even know English at all. But they literally out here like, freaking, they're on Google Translate, Coding, app creation, affiliate marketing, good combination. Yep. Definitely, that's a good combo. Let me see, reading some comments before we leave out of here. Do you recommend getting a regular development job or Shopify development job if trying to get passive income back from Shopify? Not many Shopify's in my area. Shopify jobs in my area. Okay, look, Shopify applications and Shopify themes is pretty much front-end development, back-end development. If you could get a job as a front-end developer, right, you're going to be good to create themes for Shopify, right? If you know how to use the back-end, doesn't matter what language it is, doesn't matter what framework it is. I'm teaching it with Node.js. But you can use whatever you might want to use. You get what I'm saying? But if you know how to use the back end, you could create applications for Shopify. Okay, so because it's really just backing applications. It's not like when we say applications for Shopify, we're not talking about like apps like with like iOS apps or Java apps, right, with like Android and things like that. Now it's just really just like a web application that connects to Shopify's API. That's it. So if you know web development and you got a job as a web developer in any type of field or industry, you can build Shopify apps. And again, this is just one way of making income. There's niche websites. There's, creating applications for, the general public, right? There's applications for specific services. There's a whole bunch of them, man. I'm going to make a list. I'm going to make a video and create a list of all of the places where you can make independent income as a web developer. Okay, let me see. Remote work is still on. Yep. Let me see. Reading. Hang up the monocle. Yeah, I'm gonna make that list. Probably maybe today I'll create the video and release it tomorrow. So the same way how I just created this video where we talk about all of the different salaries of different developers, I'm gonna create a list like that for you guys, so you guys can see all of the different places where you can go and create apps. And there's even websites where you can buy scripts. Like, this is things that nobody talks about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why you gotta listen to what I'm telling you on this channel and watch what I do here. And the things that I give you, nobody else is gonna tell you about it because they don't know it. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. So I'm gonna see you guys. You guys later. I can't even talk right now. I got this guy here doing freaking inspection and stuff like that. So I gotta go, guys. But like I said, I might be coming back later on. But I'm definitely gonna drop that list for tomorrow. So stay tuned. Click on the subscribe button. Hit the notification so you guys don't miss that video for tomorrow. Okay, guys. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I can't talk. Bye.